Average Dad here with another video. One of the advice my family gave me and friends as well was, if you're gonna put your kid in the video, you might as well keep her up as possible. Because I know in the other video, she was kind of down over here. So this one I'm trying to keep her as up as possible. So make sure you get a clear, good look on her. Got the outfit the wife picked out. So today in the video, I want to focus on pregnancy. As a guy, it's not a lot I can say about it because I didn't really go through it personally. However, I can at least talk about some of the decisions we made. So what we're going to focus on today is mostly on kind of the diet and what she ate. I think with a lot of cultures, whether you're Chinese, Japanese, African American, Italian, France, whatever, every culture is going to have this idea of what's good to eat, what's bad to eat. So I can tell you, for example, with the Chinese, when we kind of let everyone know that she was pregnant, a lot of people gave advice, oh, make sure you don't eat this, don't eat that, and a lot of it was kind of weird. For example, probably the weirdest one was don't eat bananas. Apparently bananas cause abortions in the first trimester, which I don't know what the reason behind that is. There was another thing where, don't drink coffee, which that kind of makes sense because you don't want the caffeine in you. But with the Chinese, the reasoning was if you drink something that's darker, whether it's Coke or coffee or whatever, your baby typically will have a darker complexion. So Chinese want the baby as white as possible, clear, pale skin or whatever. So they say, oh, avoid coffee. So there is probably some truth to why they say certain things, but I'm sure, but then at least from the Chinese perspective, it's not always right. I'm not saying it's wrong, just saying about what I see. So what to eat, what not to eat, I can't really tell you. I'll tell you, well, why even make this video? Well, I'm just telling you from our decision standpoint, the challenges we face. So for us, we just basically just asked our doctor, is there anything we can't really eat? And it was mostly the obvious stuff. Try not to eat anything that's uncooked. So it could be, you can eat steak, eat it more well done, avoid the sashimi, the sushis, avoid cold cuts, which I didn't aware of. Apparently you can't really eat cold cuts when you're pregnant. All because, again, without the cooking process, with the bacteria and everything, you just increase your risk of something happening. So what does that mean for us? Especially in the beginning, it was hard because she has to adjust. She's used to doing this every day, whether it's drinking a cup of coffee or eating this, eating that. But because she now has this beautiful life in her, there's a decision to be made. Who's right, who's wrong? Can we eat this? Can we eat that? So the way we discussed it at the end of the day was everything in moderation. We will avoid the obviously as much as possible. Whatever the doctor said don't do, we'll try not to eat it. But if you're really, really, really having those cravings, eating one piece, will it be bad? Probably not. The way I've always saw it was, I don't think I'm the one that came up with the expression, but it's almost like rolling the dice, right? In this thing, I always say D100. You're rolling the D100. If you roll a 1, something's bad gonna happen. You roll the rest of the numbers, nothing bad happening. So you can eat one thing and you roll it once, chances are nothing's gonna happen. But if you eat sushi and cold cuts and coffee and whatever every single day for every single meal, you keep rolling that dice, you're gonna increase your odds of something happening. So everything in moderation. If you really want to have that steak and you don't want to cook it well done because you're just destroying this beautiful piece of meat, you want to eat it maybe medium rare, go for it. Don't do it every day. Again, what I'll say is consult your doctors, see what they say. Because hopefully nothing ever happens. So unless you're pregnant today and you really love eating steak and you can't live without eating steak and you must eat it every day, should you do it? The way I see it is, let's just say you give birth and unfortunately maybe something happened, whether it's the health of the baby or whatever it could be. There's probably the reason for that, it's not what you ate. But no matter what the doctor says or your friends tell you or family tells you, anything, they say, no, of course it wasn't the steak you ate every day. It must have been this, it must have been that. But in your mind, you always feel so guilty because you said, well, what if everyone's wrong? I did this to my son or daughter. So it's kind of like, 9 months, I understand as a guy, I can't really say, don't do that. So I understand that, what you're going through because I've done it with average mom. So there are times when she wants to eat something that may not be the greatest, but I said, listen, it's not the easiest thing for you right now to go through this, and I'm gonna support you the best I can. So, you know, whatever she didn't eat, I didn't eat. So no red meats, no, no cold cuts, no drinking. You know, it's all for one, one for all kind of mentality. But if you want a little piece every now and then because it will help you and it'll just keep your sanity, I said it's fine. You know, once in a while, it's not going to be the end of the world, and statistically, nothing's going to happen. But who knows? So if you're really nervous, I would say just talk to your doctor, get a list of stuff what you can and cannot eat, stick to the list. I will also say if you've in some X amount of months through the pregnancy and you've already done something, don't worry about it. Just, if anything, stop now, and just everything in moderation. The only other thing I could really say in terms of, cravings, with average mom, she used mostly vegetables, some meats but not a lot, but once she got pregnant, she ate more meat and a lot more desserts. She normally doesn't eat a lot of desserts. Really have a sweet tooth, unlike me. I love eating sweets. But for her, she's not much of a sweet tooth, but for whatever reason, when she became pregnant, she just wanted, cheesecakes, apple pies, cookies, brownies, whatever she can get sweet, she wanted it. Now, hilariously enough, again with the Chinese, they have a saying, there's all these factors to determine whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. Turn it this way, get a better look at her. Your pregnancy, whether it be a boy or a girl, depending on what she eats, one of it being that if it's going to be a meat, it's probably going to be a boy. If it's sweets, it's probably going to be a girl. So in the very beginning, she ate a lot of meat, still not a lot of sweets, so everyone assumed it was going to be a boy. For us, boy or girl didn't matter, but it was interesting that all my friends and family who are Chinese said, oh, you're definitely having a boy, so just be ready. And then after you did the ultrasound, doctor says, well, you're having a girl. Of course, my wife is super ecstatic. I wasn't aware that she had a preference, because I thought me and her, oh, boy or girl, as long as it's healthy. But she really wanted to have a girl. So in the end, it worked out for her. And it was just interesting because it was like almost after we found out, she just started eating a lot more sweet. So maybe there's some truth to it. Who knows? 50-50, right? But it was something else I thought was very interesting when it comes to eating. What you ate determined the gender of your baby. And so she did have different cravings. Probably the biggest thing for us was she used to be this competition level spice eater, where there was a place in New Jersey called Cluck U. They had these atomic wings, and it was increasingly super spicy. The failure rates was extremely high. Only a small selected champions compete or whatever. And average mom beat it no problem. She did a curry challenge, did another wing challenge in New York, but going through the pregnancy, her level of spice tolerance starts getting lower and lower until today, where even a little bit of black pepper is too much for her. So it definitely did affect her taste buds during the pregnancy, and actually definitely did affect her taste buds after pregnancy, which I hear is relatively normal. So I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter as well, especially with this video, just because it's pregnancy. There's not a lot I can really say about it. I'm sure at one point average mom will get comfortable and she'll probably go back to day one and do what I did and just tell from her perspective. So I'll just tell it from my perspective and just leave the good stuff to her. There's a couple other topics about this that we'll get to, but I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter. So today again, we're just going to focus on about the food and what she ate and all that stuff. So that's kind of what I thought was interesting. Taste buds do change and the cravings are definitely real. So I'm still trying to tinker around and try to figure out how I want to do these videos, what I really want to do, what's the goals of these channels, the type of videos I want to make, where I'm going to shoot it. I figure I'd do a little backdrop of my couch. Not exactly the most amazing thing, but at least different than the white wall. So I'm just still trying to work it all out. So please bear with me. I feel like once we kind of talk about everything we've been through up to, let's say today, at 4 months, we'll start doing these a little bit different. Because I can't tell you week by week what she did. It's not going to be the most interesting topic. So we'll figure that out. But for now, I just want you guys to get to know myself, average mom, Taylor, and just kind of know where we're coming from, why we're doing this, how she came about, so you can get to know us really well. So until next time, guys, thanks for listening. See you in the next video.